You ever move somewhere for peace, only to find a guy in a fake badge bullying your neighbors over flags and flower pots like he's the neighborhood king? That's what I walked into in Maple Ridge, and when Greg Larson, the HOA's self-proclaimed enforcer, came for me, he didn't know he picked a fight with a retired cop. This is how I took him and his puppet master down. Stick around, it's a wild ride. I'm Mike Callahan, 58, 22 years on the force, settled into a quiet cul-de-sac in Maple Ridge, Oregon, after losing my wife, Mary, to cancer 3 years ago. I wanted simply small house, porch coffee, kids on bikes, waving neighbors. Thought I'd left the cop life behind, you know. But on day 3, I spotted Greg 50s, wraparound shades, HOA enforcer jacket, patrolling like he owned the place, scribbling on a clipboard. Morning, I called. He ignored me, jotted something about my yard, and split. Uptight neighbor, I figured. Then he kept coming back, measuring my mailbox, checking trash lids, snapping roof pics. Old habits die hard, I started a notebook. Day 6, Greg stalking property lines. Day 7, peeking into backyards. Day 8, yelling at a neighbor over a wreath. My cop gut screamed this wasn't normal HOA nonsense, it was a power trip. I asked around. A couple walking their dog said, "That's Greg, self-appointed." Diane, the HOA president, calls him her enforcer. That word hit like a siren. Guys like Greg, academy rejects, love playing cop with clipboards. I watched him 10 a.m., 2 p.m., night patrols, lingering at homes. Blind snapped shut when he passed, kids fled his car. I fixed my place, new mailbox, porch light, American flag for Mary, but Greg zeroed in. Day 12, he marched up while I trimmed hedges. Trucks too close to the sidewalk, he backed. Violation. I turned, shears in hand. No sidewalk, my property. He flashed a Comic Sans, HOA official card. Code 14.3. No such code, I said. Show real ID. He muttered, "I'll be watching," and backed off. So will I shot back. Next day, same spot, same truck, principle, not spite. Greg stormed up, clipboard waving. Violation. Which rule? I asked, coffee in hand. Driveway obstruction. No such thing, I cut in. You're no officer. He flushed. I've issued warnings for a year. Then have Diane send your appointment record, I said. Board's vote. He sneered, "You think you're special." I stepped closer. I know the law, I served it. Doubt flickered, he stomped off. A notice hit my door unsigned, citing my truck, flag, chair. The flag. Illegal to ban, federal law. I copied it for my lawyer, city code, and records, then knocked on doors. 5 neighbors whispered. Greg scared them. Clara, 80, fined for a gnome. Luis, told his shutters were wrong. Greg was a bully, backed by Diane. I wrote the board, demanding Greg's credentials, bylaws I broke, meeting dates. Installed HD cameras, motion alerts, cloud backup. My badge stayed in a drawer, a reminder. Days later, Greg hassled a couple with a kid. I walked over. "This is my street," I said. "You're not authorized." I showed bylaws. No vote, no power. Real ID. His plastic card flopped. "Stop playing cop," I said. He hissed, "You're nothing." "I spot frauds," I replied. That night, my Ring camera caught Greg taping a citation, live streaming about my flag. Fine print, authorized by D. Monroe. Diane was pulling strings. I called Sam Torres, my old partner, now community affairs. "Fake cop running my block," I said, sending footage, bylaws, notes. "Impersonation, maybe extortion," Sam said. I filed a complaint, swore an affidavit. Greg's clipboard reflection showed fake Agent ID X22 forms pure scam. Detective Lise Vega, financial crimes, saw Greg pocketing cash from a delivery driver. Fraud, caution, she said. I hid a body cam in a porch lantern, raised my mailbox past code, taped a fake appending sign. Greg B. 10:30 p.m., muttering the violations, citing me, shaking down a pizza kid for $30. 3 angles, crystal clear. Dug up Greg's past rejected Academy app, misdemeanor for fake emblems. He was a cop wannabe, terrorizing us. Then, a twist, my old beat partner, Jimmy, said Diane tried paying a clerk to lose HOA records. She wasn't just enabling, she was rigging the game. I baited Greg with a fake offense violation letter. He showed at 4:17 p.m., new security patch, jittery. I stepped out, coffee mug, mic on, cameras rolling, Clara and Luis filming nearby. No fence rule, I said. He waved his clipboard. Safety protocol. One chance walk away, or it's criminal, I said, showing the impersonation statute, my badge glinting. I'm arresting you for impersonation, coercion, fraud. Sit. He froze, sat, zip-tied. Cops took him, my files, footage. Hell of a case, the officer said. Diane emailed denials, calling me a bully. I had HOA records $600 to Shell LLCs, signed by her. Worse, Mary's signature on a fake vendor form from her volunteer days. Diane used my wife's marriage hit like ice. An anonymous US became Diane's voice. Greg keeps them scared. I gave the DA everything: conspiracy, fraud, elder abuse. Headlines roared, HOA fraud bust. Diane was indicted, Greg charged, board members quit. Maple Ridge voted Diane out, added bylaws, no big payments without votes, no fake enforcers. I threw a barbecue, neighbors ate, laughed, flew flags, American, Marine, Rainbow. Clara brought pie, Louise grilled. A kid asked, "You a sheriff?" "Just a neighbor who hates bullies," I said. At dusk, on my porch, flag flapping, I felt Mary smile. Diane's gone, but how many HOAs hide scams like this, preying on fear? What's your HOA horror? Drop it below. Was I right to fight, or should I have stayed quiet? Let's hear it, 'cause this ain't the only story. You ever move somewhere for peace, only to find a guy in a fake badge bullying your neighbors over flags and flower pots like he's the neighborhood king? That's what I walked into in Maple Ridge, and when Greg Larson, the HOA's self-proclaimed enforcer, came for me, he didn't know he picked a fight with a retired cop. This is how I took him and his puppet master down. Stick around, it's a wild ride. I'm Mike Callahan, 58, 22 years on the force, settled into a quiet cul-de-sac in Maple Ridge, Oregon, after losing my wife, Mary, to cancer 3 years ago. I wanted simply small house, porch coffee, kids on bikes, waving neighbors. Thought I'd left the cop life behind, you know. But on day 3, I spotted Greg 50s, wraparound shades,